Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to do the usual predictions. I'm here with Disto and Adnan. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So we're gonna start off with Newcastle versus Leeds. What do you think?
Newcastle leads. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for Newcastle because they're a Premier League proven team. The reason I'm saying that is I think you saw the display against Manchester United. Despite the goals that came out later, they had a solid performance. They have a solid team. You know, Steve Bruce is trying to work out the lines and everything. Leeds, Leeds actually have a problem. Leeds have a big problem. You even saw the lack of discipline. The players are not Premier League proven. The players that came from the Championship. We have seen time and again. Marco Bielsa has an idea, but then the players he has at Leeds are not up for the job. So Newcastle versus Leeds, I think I'd have to go for Newcastle on this one.
Okay, what about you, Adnan? What do you think about Newcastle versus Leeds?
Newcastle vs Leeds. I think both teams don't have a good defense, as you saw against the Liverpool and Manchester United. It's a high intensity game, but I think with Kelvin Phillips, I think Leeds have the edge because he protects the defense very well and passes the ball to Rafinha and Bamford. So I'm leaning towards a Leeds win. So I will go for a 2-1 Leeds win.
Okay, so that was Friday night's football. Let's move on to Saturday. It starts off with Wolves versus Brighton. Disto, what do you think about the game?
Wolves versus Brentford.
Yeah, Brentford, sorry.
Brentford. Okay, this is a tricky one because Brentford actually doing well. 5 points out of the first 4 games. Yeah. 1 win, 2 draws. I don't know. Wolves. I'm gonna go for Wolves because the thing is, yeah, Wolves haven't fired on all cylinders yet this season. They have a very scary attack. They have a good defense, not that good, but a good defense. So and the new coach needs to get Wolves firing on all cylinders. They have Jimenez back. They have Traore, who's in good form, can make bolting runs. They have Trincao. So I think with the blend of experienced and young players. But then the thing is with Brentford, there's something with Brentford, the way they play, the way they press teams, the way they exert their own gameplay on teams. So I think I'd have to go for a draw on this one because I know Brentford. Brentford are the stubborn team. We saw that on the first match day against Arsenal and their recent performances.
Okay, John has just joined us. So before we go to Adnan and the Wolves versus Brentford game, I want John to start off the predictions again with Newcastle versus Leeds.
Newcastle versus Leeds. First of all, it's good to be here.
Okay.
And to start off with Newcastle versus Leeds. Leeds are on a poor form. They recently got their red card appeal denied. So I feel like it's gonna be a draw. A draw between Newcastle and Leeds, or a Newcastle win. Leeds are just not there yet. Bielsa, is it Bielsa? I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, Bielsa has, I think he still has work to do. He still has a lot of time to. I mean, he still needs a lot of time to put his team together. So I think it's a draw or a Newcastle win for me.
Okay, so Adnan, we're back to you. Wolves versus Brentford. What do you think?
Wolves are playing really well, and Wolves are playing really well. I think they needed to score, but their new player Wang is the one of the players that started scoring for them, and I think they're regaining their form. But also Brentford are playing really well, so I'm leaning towards Wolves win. So I might go for a 2-0 Wolves win.
Okay, back to you, John. What do you think about Wolves versus Brentford, the opening game of the weekend?
Wolves look like they have their groove back. They had a 2-0 win away. Who are they playing against? I don't know. I can't remember. But I
Brent,
remember they won 2-0.
they're playing against
Last
today.
the previous fixture.
I don't know.
The previous fixture was, I can't remember, but they won 2-0. That I do remember, and they were away. So I guess they are getting their form back, and for me, it's a Wolves win.
Okay, let's move on to Burnley versus Arsenal, the second game. Disto, what do you think?
Okay, I have to go for an Arsenal win. I'll have to go for an Arsenal. It's not gonna be easy because we saw what Burnley did against Everton. Scored fast, keep on applying the pressure. Arsenal have a poor run. We're not firing on all cylinders. Aubameyang is not top form. Yeah. So it's gonna be a tough game, but Arsenal will have the edge because Arsenal need to win. They have to win this game. It's a must win. If they are to keep any hopes alive for top 10 finish this season, it's a must win for Arsenal.
For this game, I think Arsenal will continue with their winning form again, and they won against Norwich. But Burnley are really struggling, so I don't think Arsenal will lose. Or if they lose, I think that's the last game for Arteta. But I'm leaning towards an Arsenal 1-0 win or a 2-0 win.
Okay, John, to you, Burnley versus Arsenal.
I find it interesting that all of you are referring to Arsenal as they are back to their winning ways. They just won one game. Nothing big about that. But what we need to realize is that Arsenal is still not there yet. And therefore, the game against Burnley will not be an easy one. But Arsenal, because it's Arsenal, I mean, they may just win, or it's either a win or a draw for me. Nothing. I don't think Burnley is going to win. If they win, then it's the last game. As Adnan said, it's the last game for Arteta. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, let's move on. It's Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Disto?
Fahmy boy. Wait. At the last game for Arteta. Call him German and happy.
I believe. I mean, you cannot be an Arsenal coach and you've lost your first 3 games. So why?
Let me tell you. No, this guy, the technical director Edu has a vision for this guy. See how Tony vision, but he'll still be there. Tutaenda relegation umjama bado atakuwa pale.
Okay.
I guess we'll wait and see.
We'll have to.
Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Disto, what are your thoughts on the game? What do you think? Who do you think will win?
Liverpool. Anfield. Fans are back. Yeah, Mohamed Salah has joined 100 goals club. He'll have to. He's hungry for more. We saw yesterday Liverpool can claw back out of anything. So for me, Patrick Vieira does not have the team to go to Anfield and upset Liverpool. So clear 3 points for me for Liverpool.
Okay, Adnan, you're next. What do you think will win? Liverpool versus Crystal Palace.
I'm also going with Liverpool. I think with Patrick Vieira, he played really well against Tottenham. I think he outplayed Tottenham. But for Liverpool, it's different. I think Klopp will not let him outperform him. So I will go for a 3-1, 3-0 Liverpool easy win.
Okay, John.
Aye, it's a Liverpool win for me. Vieira just got lucky against Tottenham. But for Liverpool, it's a clean thrashing for them. So they better prepare themselves mentally. So yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Man City versus Southampton. Pep Guardiola had interesting quotes as he was inviting everyone to come and watch the game for their fans.
Yes. He needs fans. Fans were now. Fans should be there where now.
Okay, what do you think about Man City versus Southampton? Who do you think will win?
Man City. Because it's Etihad. And you had the statistics. Past 3 games, how many goals scored? 16. 16. His team is on a scoring rampage right now. Yeah? Goals from every point. Cancelo, wing, whatever, man. The wings, from the fullbacks, from your number 10s, from your midfielders. Goals are coming in from everywhere. And I don't think Southampton can. Pep Guardiola on his day, that guy is undefendable. He's very undefendable. So we'll wait and see. Probably when he can even beat Southampton 5-0. Who knows? So for me, it's Southampton easy win for Man City.
Okay, Adnan, what do you think? Man City versus Southampton?
And as you saw, Guardiola was encouraging and his fans, the Man City fans, to come to Etihad to watch that game. I think it will be a disappointing one if the fans come and show up, then he loses against Southampton. So I will go for an easy Southampton. I mean, an easy Man City win. I'll go for like a 4-0 Man City win because I think when Guardiola tells the fans to come back and to come to Etihad and watch, so I think he will prove himself and how he will play in that game. So I will go for a 4-0 4-1. So Man City win.
Okay, John, what do you think? Do you think Man City can win? Will win?
Who are they playing against?
Southampton.
Southampton. That's a clean win for Man City. No need to negotiate about it unless Southampton really put their head down, because Southampton is a team known for disappointing teams. I mean, we drew with them, I believe. Yeah, we drew 1-1, and it was a bit disappointing. So hopefully Southampton put on a really good show. It's a team that is known to disappoint big teams. But at the same time, if City is a threat, it's a phenomenal team. I mean, they won 6-3 against RB Leipzig, and that's a massive win on your first day in your Champions League. So for me, it's a Man City win.
Okay, we move on. Norwich versus Watford. Disto?
They're in the same boat, both of them. Yeah, so I'm checking the stats for these guys, Norwich, and the stats for Watford. Yeah, I'm checking the stats for both the teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Norwich on one side has no wins in the past 5 games, all competitions. Watford have a win against Aston Villa. So but Norwich, you know why? Because I checked the game against Arsenal. They have good midfielders. The likes of those guys are the likes that keep the ball, For a team that has come from the championship, it's a team that wants to play good football. So I'm reckoning it's time for Norwich to even get their first points of the season. So Norwich for me, a win.
Okay. Adnan, what about you? Norwich versus Watford. What do you think?
With the Norwich Watford game, I think that's the relegation battle there. So I think Watford are playing really well, but their finishing product is very bad. But against Norwich, I think they will outperform them. I'll go for a 2-1 Watford win.
Okay, what about you, John? Your thoughts on Norwich versus Watford?
Norwich versus Watford. I mean, Norwich were able to at least they lost 1-0 to Arsenal. That's a bad loss, but they need a point. I believe it's the only team that doesn't have a point in the league at the moment, and they really need to redeem themselves. So I would really want Norwich to win. So for me, I'm going with Norwich.
Okay. Let's move on to the last game of Saturday night. For Saturday. Aston Villa versus Everton.
Aston Villa, Everton. Aston Villa, Everton. Man, Aston Villa is such a good team, but then the recent form is so disappointing. Yeah. 4 games into the season, only 1 win, if I'm not wrong. So you see, but Everton have been firing on all cylinders. Yeah. I think they've. How many points do they have? 10. They have 3 wins.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
They have, actually, Everton are doing well.
Yeah,
Everton is fourth. Everton is fourth in the league.
Yeah, so I don't think Rafa Benitez would want to slip. So, and he is putting guys like the Murray Gray, Townsend, and Richarlison all on points. These guys are doing something in the game. So Everton for me against Aston. Sorry, Aston Villa, but then Everton for me for win.
Okay, what about you, Adnan? Aston Villa versus Everton.
And Aston Villa versus Everton. And Everton are in a really good form. I think they are number 4 in the league. They're playing really well. But there's something about Everton, they disappoint against the small teams. When you think they will win, they don't win. So for this game, I think they and Aston Villa are in a really bad form. I think they won 1 game. So I will go for an Everton 1-0 win. I think it will be a hard one, but I will go for an Everton 1-0 win.
Okay, John.
It's an Everton win for me. They're a good team. I mean, you're not fourth if you've not worked hard for it. So for me, it's an Everton win.
Can we move on to Sunday's games? They start off the day with Brighton versus Leicester. Disto, what are your thoughts?
Brighton, Leicester. Brighton actually doing good. Top half of the season, number 6, if I'm not wrong. They're actually doing well. Leicester, not so well. Checking their stats, man. You know, the thing with this, I don't know who the guy that made the Premier League fixtures, yeah? I think he had something in mind. Because if you look at the fixtures this weekend, everybody has something to lose. You either get a point or not. If you don't get a point, it's gonna lose some. You're gonna lose a lot of things. The same way, if Leicester don't get a point against Brighton on that day, I don't see them finishing in top 8 this season. If they don't get a point against Brighton, because games get on, they become more hard and everything. Brighton are number 6. You know, I think Graham Potter wanted this kind of start. 9 points out of a possible 12. I think everybody would be buzzing. So, for me, can I take a disappointing win? I think Brighton are going to have the edge over Leicester that day. So, Brighton for me.
Okay.
Big call.
Adnan.
For me, I think this is the game for Leicester to bounce back. Although Brighton are playing really well, they are passing the ball really well. They are finishing their goals. But for Leicester, I think they are disappointed in the last games, and I think to lose against Man City 1-0, that was an unfair one because they played really well. So for this game, I will go for a 2-1 and 2-1 win for Leicester because I think this is the game, the deciding game for them to bounce back and go on with their season really well.
Okay, John, you're next. Brighton versus Leicester.
For me, Brighton Leicester is gonna win. Vardy is gonna get a goal at least, brace to say the least. So I believe if they work hard, put their team together, get that chemistry, you know, Leicester can be a threat. I mean, they lost 1-0 to Man City. I think that for them is a win in their book, as much as they of course came in with the mentality to win. They were able to maintain City and control them, and therefore not losing too many goals. But I'm sure they want to come back, build confidence in the team again. So for me, it's a Leicester win.
Okay, now it's we're going to West Ham versus Man U. Disto?
West Ham versus Manchester United. Very, very, very mouth-watering game. But Mikel Antonio is not there. That's a disappointing man. They drew against Southampton. The guy got a red card. I think it's a straight red, so that's 3 games. But let me tell you, as much as I hate to say this, Man U are on the form of their lives right now. Manchester United are running with the title. 4 games into the season, we actually see what Ole Gunnar can do with quality players up front, yeah? Ronaldo with a brace on his first game, and we know we're going to expect more. He scored a goal in the Champions League, so we know we're going to expect more. West Ham without Antonio, I don't think if they have a targets man. Sebastian Haller went to Ajax, who scored 4 goals yesterday night, so I don't think they have a targets man of yet. But man, Manu is a force to reckon with. So easy. That's easy 3 points for Manchester United. Number one on the league right now. They're gonna stay number one for the longest time that I can see it now.
Okay, Adnan, what do you think?
Man United versus West Ham, and we are away this game. So I think this is the hardest game so far this season because West Ham are in a really good form, but they are missing their main man, Antonio, their top scorer. But Man United, they lost against Young Boys. But for that game, I blame Ole but with his bad tactics. We had the game, but after the red card, he did some bad tactics. He didn't know how to play after taking a red card. So we lost after a bad mistake by Lingard. For this game, it will be the hardest game for Man United. But as a Man United fan, I'm optimistic. So I will go for a 2-1, a 3-1 win, actually, for
Okay,
Man U.
okay, John, you're next. What do you think will happen versus West Ham?
It's a proper thrashing for West Ham. No doubt about that. Of course, the GOAT is coming in with a goal. Standard. Bruno on assist of a goal. Pogba is on a fiery form with assists. I believe now. How many assists now? 6 assists. Yeah. So he got 2 in the previous game.
7.
Seven.
Huh?
Seven.
7.
Yep.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Even better. So, I mean, everyone's doing their best to put the team back on form, and I love to see it. And for me, it's a Man United win, and Ronaldo's, of course, gonna score. It's a setback, of course, for West Ham. Antonio not being there after picking up a red card in the previous game. But other than that, West Ham do not have their main man ahead. So it's gonna be difficult for them to get goals. But the fact still remains that United is gonna win.
Okay. And the last game, the North London Derby, Spurs versus Chelsea.
No, where? Nah. North London Derby ni Arsenal versus Tottenham. Easy jokes zingine ni derby. London Derby. Si North London. Hizi ni jokes. Jokes za mpira hawa watu bana. Anyways, that's the game of the weekend. Tottenham versus Chelsea, man. You have to give it to Chelsea. If someone is going to actually put Manu under pressure this season, is Chelsea. Because Thomas Tuchel, what he's doing is very good. So, easy win for Chelsea, 3 points. For Mauricio Pochettino, it's going to give him a headache because the previous game was actually so disappointing against Crystal Palace. So that's another London fixture this weekend. He'll have to pull up his socks. See, Tottenham played against Crystal Palace last weekend. That was a London game. This is a London game too. So I think to exert his dominance, he'll have to win this game. But I don't think he has enough guns and bullets to beat Chelsea. I think have they considered a goal this season, Chelsea? I don't think they've considered a goal. Have they? If they have, it's Nikidogo, Moja. You see, 1. That shows you the defensive record, yeah? So for me, 3 points for Thomas Tuchel, 2 goals for Romelu Lukaku. Yeah, and a clean sheet for Eduardo Mendy, the best goalkeeper in the world right now.
Okay, Adnan, what do you think? Spurs versus Chelsea?
Spurs versus Chelsea, and I don't know if that game Son will be back, because if Son is back, I think it will be a different game compared without Son. Because when Son and Kane play together, I think that they play really well and they might score. But without Son, I think that will be an easy win for Chelsea with Tuchel's system. But who knows? Tottenham upset Man City in their first game, but I don't think that will happen again. So I will go for a 2-0 Chelsea win.
Okay, John, what do you think about Tottenham versus Chelsea?
It's gonna be a tough game, of course. It's 2 big teams, but of course, the form Chelsea are in fantastic form. I mean, Lukaku is a guaranteed goal scorer in every game, so Chelsea may just slip away with the win, but I know Tottenham will not go down without a fight. So it's gonna be a tough game for sure, but Chelsea may just go with it. So yeah.